Hello, this is Dan Bugos, Product Manager at Origin, and in this demo, we're going to walk you through the TruShield security product, which we've been demoing all week at CES 2025. We're here in the Venetian in a suite, and to start the demo, let me just get you oriented on what you're seeing on the screen. So here on the left-hand side, we have three camera windows. These are just iPhones that are streaming video through a Google Meet to orient you to what's going on in the space. They are not part of our technology at all. Now, what is a part of our technology? Here we have a router. This is hosting Origin's AI sensing engines. And connected to that router, there are a few devices. So we've got an Apple HomePod Mini, we have an Amazon Echo Show 5, and then we also have a smart plug, which is just off screen here. Those devices are forming sensing zones back to the router, covering the entire space. And on the right-hand side of the screen, we have the TruShield security app. So this is actually attached to my laptop right now, running on an Android device. We're just using the laptop for screen mirroring. And we can see that currently the sensing status shows no motion in the suite. We also can see that the system is disarmed, and we can see that there have been a few recent events from activity throughout the week. This is a full stack app that's ready to go for ISPs to take. So to start the demo, we have Elaine as our homeowner. She's going to return home from her morning walk, and she'll be entering the suite now. So here she comes in. We can see that when she comes in, we actually have some whiz light bulbs, which turn on when she was in the space. But now I'll take your attention back to the TruShield app. We can see that as she's walking around, human motion is detected. So this is Origin's AI sensing, looking for that distinct pattern of a human walking in order to determine that, yes, that motion is verified human motion. Now, because TruShield runs on a router, we are taking advantage of different integrations to give users the same security experiences that they might be familiar with when they interact with hardware accessories like a keypad or a control hub or panel or a siren. So here we have the Echo Show that we use for verbal arming and disarming, and also as a siren in the system. So now Elaine is going to arm the system and head out for the day.
Hey Alexa, arm TruShield.
My home is armed in away mode. You have 30 seconds to exit.
So Elaine just armed her system using Alexa with just her voice, and now the system is counting down its exit delay. This is just to give her some time to leave. Now, what's really nice about AI sensing and its live component is that if she were still in the space, maybe scrambling to grab her wallet that she left in a bedroom, we would actually give her more time to head out with an exit failure tolerance feature. So that's really nice and can be a reducer of false alarms, which are common as you need to go back into your home to grab something. So now that TruShield is armed, we're actually going to put it head-to-head against a traditional security system. So behind this window here, we actually have a different app running. This is an app that we are using to represent traditional security. It could have been any product. And attached to the security system, we have a passive infrared sensor or motion sensor, and there's also a camera off screen. And the reason we're doing this is we want to show you how TruShield security not only compares to traditional security and competes, but it's actually better than a traditional security experience, and we'll show you why in a second. So now that both of these systems are armed, we're going to go ahead and actually take away the cameras that you're seeing now. And the reason for that is we want to give you the experience of a homeowner who is going about their day. Maybe you're at work, maybe you're at the grocery store, and you're not looking at these nice iPhone camera feeds, which you won't have in your home. And you'll also just have your phone in your pocket. So what I'll do is just go to the home screen for both of these apps. So now Elaine's going to walk back in, and I'll go ahead and just clear these notifications. And let's see what happens with traditional security and with TruShield security. So I think we can hear something. We just heard maybe there was an intrusion. She's now an intruder. Okay, and we see there's a notification on TruShield. Nothing yet on, okay, there's something on traditional security. Let's go ahead and open up traditional security. So we see it's counting down to an alarm. Let's go ahead and check that camera though. And we're not actually seeing anything in the space. And that's because any good burglar is going to see that camera and know to go to outside of its field of view. However, on TruShield, we're seeing there's definitely still human motion detected in this space somewhere outside of the camera view. Now on TruShield, that entry delay expired, and we're seeing that there's a siren going off. Again, this is the Alexa integration that is triggering that siren. We're just going to go ahead and disarm the system so that we're not disrupting our neighbors here at the Venetian. And now let's really get into the crux of this security problem here. So we're seeing that on the left-hand side, we have an empty camera feed, but on the right-hand side, we actually have human motion detected. So if you're on the phone with police and you need to make a gut decision about whether to call them to your home, on the left-hand side, you don't know for sure that someone is still there. But on the right-hand side, because of the wide coverage of AI sensing and our ability to do verified human presence, you can know for sure that someone is still in your home, even if they're outside of the camera view, even if your video doorbell only caught the back of their head. You might have seen that snippet, but you don't know if they're inside of your home and still active. And the benefit of this is if you have high confidence that someone is at your home, the police will respond 8 times faster in a lot of places in the US at least, and make sure that your home is that much safer and that your security system powered by TruShield is much more effective. So now again, looking at both of these apps, we can see, okay, we're not sure if someone's still in the space on the left. On the right, though, we know that there's now no more motion in the space. And that's because Elaine has now walked into the room with me again. And there you go. We just know that there was some sort of alarm, but we don't really know what happened. So now we're going to pull these cameras back up, and we're going to transition to a different app. So you just saw a comparison of TruShield against traditional security. Now we're going to compare TruShield against traditional Wi-Fi sensing. And with that, we'll pull up a new app. And when we say traditional Wi-Fi sensing, this was us too a few years ago. This was Origin sensing where we just detected motion in a space, but that was really it. We didn't have this ability to do verified human presence that TruShield offers. So what I'm going to do is actually turn on a smart plug that's in this room, and that's going to turn on this oscillating fan right here. And we can see that when this fan is active, we're seeing some motion detected by the traditional Wi-Fi sensing app. We're just seeing this motion here. So now Elaine's going to walk back in. Here she comes. And when she walks in, all we're seeing is that, okay, now there's more motion in the space. But again, this is just more motion. We don't know what it is. On the right, with TruShield, we see, okay, now this is definitely human motion in the space. And again, that's because of Origin's AI sensing engines and our ability to pick up the distinct pattern of a human. Even when there's other things in the house, such as a mechanical fan or a pet walking around, we can detect human motion when there's other things happening. So on the left-hand side, really, we know there's more motion in the space, but this isn't helpful from a security perspective, and this doesn't give you the ability to monetize any sort of Wi-Fi sensing, because the motion that's triggered, you don't know what it is. It could be a pet, it could be a fan, and it's going to lead to notification fatigue and users ultimately just turning off that service. On the right-hand side, now we see there's no motion in the space, and we're only telling you what you need to know in the case of a security event. So that's Origin's AI sensing compared to traditional Wi-Fi sensing. And the last thing we're going to show you here is a feature unique to TruShield that we are calling phone as key. So because the router is the focal point of the security system, we wanted to take advantage of that. And we know that mobile phones are constantly coming onto the router network and leaving the network. Because of this, we can set up automations. One of them we're calling phone as key, where as a user, you can register your phone or your family member's phone to be a key phone. When that happens and your phone connects back to the router, we can automatically disarm the system for you. So no more fumbling with a keypad when you have bags of groceries, no more forgetting your PIN. It just happens automatically. So we can see now the system is armed, and Elaine is going to walk back in, this time with the key phone in hand. So here she comes. She doesn't even have the app on her phone. You don't need the app on a key phone. All you need is to register that phone as a key, and we have a very simple onboarding flow for that. And you can see the system was immediately disarmed. We're picking up her human motion, but we're not actually triggering the siren because the system is disarmed. And we can see in the activity feed here, the homeowner has returned home. The system is now disarmed. And again, this could be any name. It could be any family member. You can have an unlimited number of keys. And you could also have it be guests who might not frequent your house as often. So people like a dog walker or a house cleaner who come at certain times of day. One of the roadmap features for TruShield is the ability to give them timed access. So that is the TruShield security demo. We're very happy to have been demoing this all week at CES. Thank you very much for watching, and we look forward to speaking further with you. Thanks again.